welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for unboxing and review. As you can see, this says Onoto, and it comes in this nice blue box, and it does have here official product of copyright of Oxford Limited 2019, the Onoto Pen Company. So this was an Oxford University pen. I saw this on eBay, and I kind of jumped at it because it wasn't a bad price. It had another extra with it, and I'll go into that in a little bit. But let's open the box. I'll remove the lid, and you'll see here it comes in this beautiful wood box. Now, I do have a bunch of I guess these are blotters. Horatio Nelson, Remember Nelson, Onoto.com. We've got some Onoto pamphlets there, which are also blotters. We've got an old Onoto advert, another Nelson blotter, and a few more blotters there. So I'm actually maxed out in terms of blotters, ink blotters there. But let me put that in the box and I'll show you this. This is a really beautiful box. I really do like these boxes from Onoto. They are really, really nice. Well done, and they're well made. I just love these. I particularly like this sort of like burlwood type effect that's going on here. So if we open up the lid, again, you're going to see Onoto there. Now, I don't actually have the card insert that normally is signed by Onoto, because this was purchased from the University of Oxford, and you can see that here. It says University of Oxford, Onoto Pen Company, made under license there. This was in 2018. Now, I don't remember seeing this model around much, but again, there's another blotter there that you can see. So Horatio Nelson and Emma Hamilton. And then you have the University of Oxford pen here. Now, I'm just going to move this to one side. I know this is a pen review, but I also want to show you what else came with this. So, and I'm not sure that this was meant to come with it, but there is this, and this is a very beautiful paperweight. And if I look on the bottom here, it does say HMS Victory, Oak and Copper. Now, the copper has certainly seen better days, but bearing in mind, this oak and copper has come from HMS Victory, which is several hundred years old. This is actually quite interesting. It's quite heavy, and I can remove the coin here, the silver coin, and you'll see here, it does actually say Vice Admiral Lord Horatio Nelson, and it's the Duke of Bronte, 1758 to 1805. So when I saw that was with this pen, I thought, actually, you know what, I kind of like that. I like having a big paperweight on my desk, holding my page down when I write. So I figured that I would look at potentially buying this. So I think let's go back to the pen, and I'll show you this here. That if I open the box, you'll see University of Oxford pen, and if I remove this, you'll also see a number of things like the 925 Hallmark Guide. You'll see the Eternal Pride of the Custodianship. And also there is, if I can pick that one up as well, you'll see the care guide here. And then you have a polishing cloth, a jeweler's polishing cloth. So this is actually quite nice. I am liking this a lot. Let's remove the pen and get that out of the way, the box, and then I'll show you the pen in more detail. So I've wanted a little bit of an amber nectar colour Onoto pen. I've seen that there were two of these made. There was This one, which is the University of Oxford, which is a very dark blue, and there's one that is black. And the black was the Shakespeare one, which was a very limited edition. I would have liked to have picked that up, but it long sold out. Maybe at some point one will be for sale, and I will look to buy that one. But this is quite interesting. You can see there the seal there for the University of Oxford. The end cap there as well. You've got the Onoto sterling silver clip, which is vermil or gold plated there. And it does say Onoto, the pen made in England. Beautiful pen. Really, really lucky that I picked this one up. I don't know why nobody was buying this. It has got an Onoto number 7 size 18 karat gold medium nib, which is what I like. And it is a cartridge converter, and I can show you that here as well. So it is actually quite a nice pen. I do like Onotos. I have quite a few Onotos. There's a lot of threads there just to screw that body on to the section. But I don't mind that so much. You're not changing ink that often. But it is a nice size pen in my hand. I do like that size. And I can post that cap if I want to. It does look a little bit long though in my hand. And if I remove the cap, you can see that it's a decent size. If I were to hold it up on the threads, yes, it may be getting a little bit on the shorter side. But I always hold my pens down on the section there. You do have a little bit of a flute out here. And that just stops your fingers getting down onto the section there. But I am really liking this pen. Glad that it also came with that paperweight as well that you can see there. So this is actually quite a nice sort of set. See if I can stop it rolling there. Yeah, almost. There you go. So this is quite a nice set, and I'm very glad that I was able to pick this up when I did. I think maybe the reason why it wasn't selling was because of the paperweight, and also because of the oxidization here around the paperweight. You can see there's a lot of green there. I have tried to clean it up. I have tried the normal things, sort of Brasso. I've tried bicarbonate of soda with white vinegar or salt, and none of that seems to be cleaning it up. Although it does seem to polish, I would say, the copper, but doesn't clean up that. But this is several hundred years old, so you could probably argue there's several hundred years of tarnishing or oxidization on that material. But still, I like it. It's got a little bit of character to it. Yes, it would be nice if I could clean it up and make it look perfect. I probably could get a strip of copper if I wanted to and put it on there, but I think it's quite nice. I'm liking the pen as well, liking that coin finial there, that it's not just a standard Onoto coin finial. You can see that the cap tapers down to that coin finial. Pretty cylindrical up to the 3 bands. It drops off, and then it starts to taper down from about here down to the end cap there. So it's actually a decent size pen for me. I think though with that we'll do a size check, we'll do a weight check, we'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of the pen, we are looking at about 142 millimeters in length. The length of the cap, we're looking about 67 millimeters in length. And we'll do a length check on the body there, just to check. We are looking about 124 millimeters. So it's not an oversized pen. It's normally an oversized pen is what I would say is around about 130 millimeters in length. It is a little bit shorter than that, but I still find it's actually a decent size in my hand. So I think with that, let's do a weight check. Now, bearing in mind this is inked up, we are looking at about just under 28.5 grams inked. The weight of the cap, we are looking at just over 14.5 grams in weight. And the weight of the body, we're looking at around about 14 grams in weight. So that is actually a nice weight. It's not a lightweight pen, it's not a heavyweight. I've seen lighter weight pens than this, but I've also seen a lot heavier as well. But this is a really stunning pen. You've got this diffusion bonded acrylic here. It really is quite nice. So I think with that, we'll do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have a Mahjong, and this is a titanium TI-136. We have a Mont Blanc Writer's Edition. This is the Le Petit Prince Aviator Solitaire Duet. We have a Mont Blanc Writer's Edition, and this is the Jules Verne. We have a Mont Blanc Writer's Edition, and this is a Jane Austen. We have a Parker Duofold Centennial Godwin in silver. We have an Onoto University of Oxford. We have a Classic Pens CP5 in the vintage, a Classic Pens CP5 in the modern. We have a Parker Duofold Prestige Ruthenium Chisel, and we have a Conway Stewart Centenary made by Henry Simpole. So I think let's now do a writing sample. So this is the Onoto, and it is the University of Oxford, and it is a medium, and it is an 18 karat gold nib. The ink in here today is Lamy Mango, which I think is a good sort of colour comparison matching to this pen. Now, in terms of line variation, we're definitely getting a Western medium out of this nib. If I push it a bit more, I can push it towards a broad. I wouldn't want to push it much more than that. You've got the figure of 8, and if I continue those vertical lines, there's no hard starts or skips. So this nib is pretty well tuned. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look. So you can see that this nib is quite wet. Not quite a fire hose nib. Like fire hose is normally at least half the page, and this is A4. But this is actually still quite a wet nib. And bearing in mind that Lamy Mango, mango coloured inks or apricot coloured inks typically are more on the drier side. So they wouldn't normally be that wet on the page. So this is quite a wet writing nib. What do I like? What do I not like about it? I love the pen. I love that it came with a silver Horatio Nelson coin and that sort of paperweight there. I do like this. I've got the paperweight there. I do like the pen, and have to say, glad that I actually picked it up for what was a fairly reasonable price. It wasn't a superb price. It wasn't a bad price though. So it was a fairly good price. So I'm glad I could add that to my collection. I do really kick myself that I had missed out on the Shakespeare version of this pen. I really would have liked that, but that's long sold out. Maybe I'll get a chance at some point in the future to pick one of those up second hand. I like that this is an Onoto. I like how the nib writes. I like how wet it writes. And I like the size of the pen. Only dislike is possibly maybe the weight. I think I'd like to maybe add a brass insert into it just to add a little bit more weight. That's something you can normally do with most Onotos. You can add, it's only about another 7 grams, but it really makes a difference. So maybe that's what I'll do. I am going to the London Pen Show, so I will be probably seeing if I can get a few more of those brass inserts, because I've now actually used up I think I bought 2 at the London Pen Show, and I've already used those up in other pens. So maybe I'll get another couple, or another 4 maybe, and from Onoto, if they'll sell me 4, and then I can add them to a few other pens that I get, either that I have now like this one, or some other pens in future. So there you have it. That's my unboxing and review of the Onoto University of Oxford pen in a medium 18 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.